Hey, also, I just decided to do a quick video. This is going to be the start of my the basics, and step number one is setting up your kitchen. So I'm just going to go through some appliances and some tools that I have that really no kitchen should be without. So going with my top five here, so starting with number one, a mixer. You can use a hand mixer if you want to. I tend to like to use standalone equipment for the simple fact that I can leave it I can leave it do its thing while I go do something else. So number one would be the mixer. It's important for mixing doughs, making mayonnaise. It's an extra set of hands, and it really saves your shoulder and your elbows and all that on arthritis. Moving on down, and number two on my list would be a crock pot. These are not very expensive. They don't draw as much electricity as your stove would, but you can get some really good flavors cooking things for a long time on low heat, and you can make beautiful roasts that just fall apart, good stews, a chili. Every winter I make a spiced apple cider in mine, and all around useful tool. I don't think there should be a kitchen out there that shouldn't have one of these. Next most important would be a blender. As you can see, I have just I have just an Oster blender. By the way, none of this is sponsored or anything. This is just stuff that I happen to have. I bought this one when I was in culinary school, and then everything else here were wedding presents. So, blender. Obviously, the better quality of blender that you get, the longer it will last. But a blender is a blender. And once again, this is good for making purees, for making smoothies, for once again, you can make mayonnaises, aiolis, and all that in the blender, as well as in the food processor. But the food processor has this added feature that I love. I have actually made ground beef in a food processor before. The other thing is that your food processor is also going to come with attachments that will actually help you with slicing, with shredding, and a bunch of other functions. And the fifth one is honestly I don't use it too much, but when I do, I absolutely need it, and it's an immersion blender. This is what you use for, once again, you're making your purees, but if you have a hot puree that you don't want to put into a plastic container or something like that, you can just drop this in and hit the button, and away you go. And for making some awesome cream soups and all that, for if you're making tomato sauce and you really need to blend down those tomatoes, that's the tool to use. But yeah, there you have it. My top 5 countertop appliances that every kitchen needs. All right.